Have you been anxiously awaiting a new SpongeBob platformer? Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is SpongeBob Squarepants The Cosmic Shake is here. The bad news is it may not be what you were hoping for. SpongeBob and Patrick get a hold of some magical bubbles. A few witches later, and the SpongeBob multiverse is a mess, and it's their job to get things back in order. Throughout this multiverse adventure, you'll visit a handful of different locations like the Wild West or medieval times, along the way running into many familiar faces that you'll recognize from the show, all voiced by the original actors. The design and art style of the different locations is a high point. The themes are fun, and it feels like you're playing an episode of the show. Fans of the cartoon series will get a kick out of all the Easter eggs and references littered throughout. The writing is okay. It's not up to the standard of the show, but there are definitely some funny parts. Unfortunately, some of the lines that are initially enjoyable are so repeated over the course of the 10-hour playthrough that you'll hate hearing them by the end. Let's talk about the gameplay. It's not bad. It's not very good either. It's just real simple. Your standard collect-a-thon 3D platformer, you jump, double jump, glide. There's a few extra moves like swing and kick, but they don't add much and feel like an afterthought. The enemy encounters are also very simple, and the enemy types are too few. You battle the same few jelly creatures throughout the entire game. Now I get it, it's a kid's game, it's supposed to be simple and easy to pick up and play, but for kids and adults, the enemy encounters just become annoying parts that I tried to avoid. While you're running around, you collect a few different items, the main one being jelly. This is used only to purchase new costumes for SpongeBob, which there's a lot of. It's a fun addition to the game and my 5-year-old's favorite part. And lastly, I need to mention the bugs. Unfortunately, during my playthrough, there were a bunch. Nothing game-breaking, but enough to add an additional level of frustration to parts. Some affected the sound, the loading, the cutscenes. Some necessary items would disappear and not be able to be used. Dying or resetting always seemed to fix the issue, but it definitely affected my enjoyment of the game. Overall, SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake isn't a bad game. But it isn't a good game either. It's a basic platformer with simple combat propped up by it being a beloved cartoon. I'd say if you're a huge fan of SpongeBob, or you used to be and want to experience some nostalgia, check it out. But if you're just looking for a quality platformer, there's a lot better options out there.